Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Bottom at Christmas. I'm sure you'll see lots of these coming out over the next week, and it is the run-up to Christmas, so why not take a look and see if we can save a club bottom of the league at Christmas in the Premier League. So we know it will be a tough challenge, but before we jump into things, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, so we can find out exactly who we're going to be managing. So let's jump ahead and take a look at what teams we might be getting. So here we are then, and it could be two teams by the looks of things. It could be either Crystal Palace or Brentford. It looks like that as we're reaching Christmas, 7 days away, we're a week away now. And I think there's only one game left in between if we take a quick look. So yeah, Crystal Palace have Arsenal. They've been in a they've been unlucky with the last 3 games that Palace have had. And they're sitting rock bottom. And then just ahead of them is Brentford on 2 points. So it'd be interesting to see if they can kind of jump ahead out of that. Let's take a look at what I don't even know what I was looking at. Schedule, that was it. They've had a bit of a better last few games. I mean, they've drawn a lot, but it's not been awful. They've obviously got Leicester up next, but also Carabao Cup quarter-final. That would be very interesting. But let's see, Brentford or Palace. Let's jump ahead and take a look at how they get on in the next games and see who we're getting. And here we are, as I rub something out of my eye because I've just poked it for something reason. Palace are the team at the bottom. And it looks like Brentford's out of the relegation zone. They've obviously had a bit of a good form, and they beat Leicester 2-1. Wow, what a result for them. Unfortunately, they did lose in the Carabao quarter-final. So unfortunate, but we will be taking on Crystal Palace as our club. Quite an interesting one because my partner and my sister's boyfriend both Palace fans. So it'll be close to home. They've been absolutely royally pwned in the last few games, so it'll be interesting to see. We've got Palace on Boxing Day, which will be the first game and the game in this episode. Then we've got Preston in the FA Cup and such, and Chelsea just after that. So a tough few games, but we've got to play everyone. They've only beaten one team in the league so far this season. Oh, 2 teams, and that's Brentford and my Southampton. So there you go. We know that Palace, the club, have got a few good players, like Wilfried Zaha. Get the best out of him, and I'm sure you'll be able to thrive. And we know that Conor Gallagher is a very, very good player, but looks like he's out injured 3 to 4 days, so shouldn't be too long with that. So let's jump into it. I will jump in as manager, and we'll show you what kind of tactics I've come up with so far. And here we are. So we're at game day. We're taking on Spurs. We're now manager of Palace. We've taken them over. Wilfried Zaha and Odsonne-Edouard are the top goal scorers with 6 each. Probably as expected. Now, the tactic we're going for is the controlled possession. We will be going positive because I want to bring that positivity out in the side. We probably will mess around with some of the player roles because I haven't actually looked at the players in those roles, but it's the likes of Zaha playing out on that left-hand side, Olise and even Eze playing in there. I think those 3 could really cause some havoc in the midfield roles that they've got. So yeah, I'm really excited about seeing them play. Even if we turn him into an inside forward, maybe, or an inverted winger on that side, I think we might do that. Up top, obviously, the big one is Odsonne-Edouard, who I think those 4 could really do some bits. And if we've got the likes of maybe Milivojevic and Conor Gallagher just a bit deeper, that could really sort us out. But we'll jump into the game. So let's take a look then. Quick pick there. Mark Gay there. Or at least it's yeah, okay. They're the 3 I'd pick. Hughes, I probably would. And what do I want to do there? Because I like the idea of Riedewald being in there as just a centre midfielder, to be fair. He's can just sit in there. Tyrell Mitchell is pretty good at left back. Fergus, I mean, we've got a few injuries as well, which aren't great. So I will take those guys out. Schlupp, you've got Martin Kelly, right back. Mateta, Joel Ward. Jack Butland as well. But that's the lineup I think we're going to go for. Do we play ball? Yeah, we'll play ball play in there. Guehi playing centre half alongside Kouyaté, Klein, Mitchell, Gator. Klein and Zaha haven't been playing well together, so maybe we do just swap them over. Eze on the right, Zaha on the left, Elise behind Edouard. Let's do that. We'll jump into the game, and it's a first test. Let's see how the boys do in this new tactic, new role. We had a great conversation with them, great meeting to say that I think we can avoid the drop. They took that on board very nicely, which is great. Our first game in charge, and we're taking on a good Tottenham Hotspur side. Ali playing up front, so no Kane, which is interesting. He might have moved on. Haven't actually taken too much of a look, but I'm looking forward to this. I think we could do something here. But you can see Tottenham are sitting in 9th. We're obviously rock bottom. 5 points away from safety, or 6 really. So we need to get a few wins, but let's jump in and you never know. Today could be the first of many. So it is a free kick early on for Tottenham. Højbjerg's going to step up to take it. Can he get it up and over the wall? He doesn't quite manage it. Gator probably had that covered. Let's say that. They haven't caused too much issues in the first 10 minutes, which is quite nice. Only that free kick, really. And, I mean, if we can just hold on and get a point from Spurs would be great, especially as only in 2 days' time we're taking on Chelsea as well, who are sitting in 7th, so which is interesting in itself. Aston Villa sitting in 6th up there. Reguilon with the throw-in. He looks into Winks, who finds Dele Alli, and there's the goal. Oh, dear. Just before half-time as well. Come on, boys. We got to pick things up a little bit. Zaha's been poor. Edouard's been poor as well. So it's not a great start to things. And it looks like they could get worse, with Winks taking the free kick, finding Skip, who heads it off the post and finds Højbjerg. Is that offside? I'm going to say it's offside because I think he was when the ball was headed. It would be nice if it was, because at least it gives us a chance to stay in the game. Nope, it wasn't offside apparently. So, yeah, great. This might be a bit harder than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, we'll have to see in the window if there's any players we can bring in. Zaha has been dreadful. I mean, shall I pop him up top and Edouard out wide just to change things up a little bit? Tyreek Mitchell's obviously one of the standout players that hopefully would develop in long term, but we're not thinking long term. We're thinking very short term, and we have to see if we can try and keep them up. So it's Tottenham again coming forward. We've had a couple of chances, but nothing too standout. Hoping that we can still create something maybe later on in the game, or even in a couple of games' time, get something, because at the moment it's looking very, very negative. The boys were positive when I spoke to them. Like I said, they had some green arrows pointing up at the end of that conversation. But a ball through by Højbjerg finds Son. He's not going to miss, is he? Heung-min Son, a fantastic player in the game. And he took his chance. That's what he does. 3-0. Not a great start to our campaign as Crystal Palace manager, that's for sure. Yeah. Spurs coming forward now. Dele Alli switching it out wide to Lucas Moura, who looks like he might just be able to keep that in. Tyreek Mitchell's got a lot of work to do to try and stop that cross. He doesn't. It's hit the bar from Dele Alli's header, and Klein does clear, but it looks like it will just be coming straight back at us. 20 minutes to go in this game, and we are not looking likely to get anything from it. And if anything, it could just get worse from here. Lo Celso into Son. He's got some time now to play it through. Dele Alli is getting a shot away. A dink over the keeper was attempted. Ryan Sessegnon's now coming on for him as he goes off after that interesting effort, let's say. Riderworld wins the ball, but it falls straight back to a Tottenham player, and they come forward again. And Ndombele now back to Romero. Inside to Lo Celso, who's able to find Son, who's now gone up top for Spurs. And Ndombele's sitting a bit deeper. Dyer playing into Reguilon, who's going to come forward, playing Lo Celso's little 1-2, and Sessegnon bombing down that left-hand side. Now, we know he can cause a bit of problems, but can Klein deal with him? No, he can't. Ball comes in, back post. Lucas Moura's got free. Tap in. That's ridiculous. How have you not marked him at the marked him? Mitchell's been nowhere near him. That is dreadful. Edouard's been absolutely god awful. So that's great. Mateta, you're going to come on for him. So, Mateta, you're a poacher, aren't you, really? But, I mean, you could play as a target man, maybe, if needed. And we'll bring on MacArthur for Riderveld. Why not? I think I've got some work to do with regards to the tactic and how we're going to play. But we're coming forward now. Mitchell into Zaha. Bit of promise, maybe. Through to Eze. Can he get down that line and get a ball into the box, maybe, just to give us some hope in some kind of way? Eze's cross is blocked by Sessegnon, and Spurs are going to come out again. It's 4-0 and there's 15 minutes to go. I can see a fifth coming. Absolutely. And this very much could be it, because every time there's a highlight, it seems to me that Spurs are going to score. Olise does well initially, does well again to get that slide in, and Klein receives it. They're keeping it at the back there, but let's move it on, boys. Let's try and not dawdle on it too much. I know I want you to keep hold of the ball, but maybe not in that area. Kiate and Milivojevic playing a little bit of one-touch football in there. Eze now receives it. Can he turn and can he run at the defence? He can. It plays it Klein, who's looked on that overlap. Back to Eze, who maybe can find Elise. Back to Milivojevic. Elise again to Eze. See, we've got some good attacking players. It's just trying to get them to work together and it all to kind of combine nicely. MacArthur looks for Mateta. Can he put the ball in the back of the net? No, he can't. It's wide of the post. But that was better. That's promising signs. We kept the ball well. MacArthur was able to find Mateta, and we had a chance created. It's a good sign against a good Spurs team. I mean, we're not exactly expecting to win anyway in normal times, but sitting bottom of the league, of course, you're probably not expecting it either. MacArthur looking to find Elise through. He is through, but it's tackled by Royce. Eze with the goal. There we go. That's what we want to see. It's taken 80 minutes for us to get the goal, but we have got a goal, and it is a good sign so far. Ball inside. MacArthur was able to find Elise there, and then as Elise drives forward, Emerson's challenge falls straight to Eze, who does score, which is great. And it's that passing and moving and the shorter passing which is working out. We are getting further away from safety still, but it's fine. We've got to take the positives from the first game, especially against Tottenham, and then I mean Chelsea's going to be an absolute nightmare, so we'll see about that, but we'll be coming back for sure at some point. This series will finish on Christmas Day, so the final episode will be Christmas. We might already be relegated by then. You never know. If we are relegated, I might see if I can get promoted the next season. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, as things stand, it's not looking great. We've got a lot of work to do. And I'm sure I'll be delving into the transfer market to try and bring someone in with the very limited budget we've got of, I think it's £800,000. We've got 88 grand wages still, so might be able to bring a loan player in, something like that. But we'll have to see. Not a great start, but could be worse. We could have been absolutely dicked, where we were only a little bit dicked. So there you go. Lots of games to come. Let's try and, at least we scored, because they haven't scored in 4 games. So that's a positive. I'm going to take that as a positive. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think, if you reckon we can stay up. It's looking dodgy already, but we've got a long season to go. And I will see you in the next one.